Radha Krishna Gopal Gopinath. Sri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopinath Sanasundar. Gilgodam Ki Sabedava Matsuradam Ki Simayapanavadu Dam Ki Jaganapur Dam Ki Gangamaya Manamaya Ki Smatadonsa Devi Bhakti Devi Samaveda Bhakti Netai Gauri. Our glories to the Son of the devotees. Our glories to some of the devotees. To some of the devotees. Glories, all glories to Sister Gaura and Garanga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 18, Text 28. In the matter of, the title of this chapter is Residence of Jambudvipa of Praise. Avan Yuganta Navaumi Malini Shonin Imam Osati Virudhani Maya Sahura Mahasahuru Kramate Ja Ojasa Tasmai Jagat Pranam Ganatra Ganatmani Namaiti Pavan Yugan Tanava Umi Malini Shani Imam Osati Virudhan Maya Sahuru Kramate Jao Jasa Asmai Jagat Prana. Bhavan, Your Lordship, Yuga Anta Anave, in the water of devastation, at the end of the millennium, Umi Malini, possessing rows of big waves, Shonim, the planet Earth, Imam, this, Osadi Virudham, of all kinds of herbs and drugs, Nidim, the storehouse, Maya, me, Saha, wheat, Uru, great, Kramate, you roared, Aja, O unborn one, Ajasa, with speed, Tasmai, unto him, Jagat, of the entire universe, Prana Gana Atmani, the ultimate source of life, Namaha, my respectful obeisances, Iti does. So translation and purport by His Divine Grace is Confounder Acharya. Is Confounder Acharya. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. O Almighty Lord, at the end of the millennium, this planet Earth, which is the source of all kinds of herbs, drugs, and trees, was inundated by water and drowned beneath the devastating waves. At that time, you protected me along with the earth and roared the sea with great speed. O unborn one, you are the actual maintainer of the entire universal creation, and therefore you are the cause of all living entities. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Please kindly responsibly repeat, O Almighty Lord, at the end of the millennium, this planet Earth, which is the source of all kinds of herbs, drugs, and trees, was inundated by water and drowned beneath the devastating waves. At that time, you protected me along with the earth and roamed the sea with great speed. O unborn one, you are the actual maintainer of the entire universal creation. And therefore you are the cause of all living entities. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Purport, please kindly listen attentively because this is the very essence of this text. Srila Prabhupada's insights are in his purpose. Envious persons cannot appreciate how wonderfully the Lord creates, maintains, and annihilates the universe. But devotees of the Lord can understand this perfectly well. Devotees can see how the Lord is acting behind the wonderful workings of the material nature. In the Bhagavad Gita 9:10, the Lord says, Maya dakshena prakritihi suyate sta charan charan hetu nanena kanteya jagad viparivartate. Translation: this material nature is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, and it is producing all moving and unmoving beings. By its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. All the wonderful transformations of nature are happening under the superintendence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Envious persons cannot see this, but a devotee, even though very humble and even if uneducated, knows that behind all the activities of nature is the supreme hand of the Supreme Being. Oma Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Jana Salakaya Sakshud on many times Ye Natasmai Se Gurave Namaha Se Chaitanya Manovistam Stafetam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamayam Dadati Swa Padantikam Pancha Kalpatari Byacha Kripa Sunambhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Itinam. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesa Sonyavadi Pasatya Disatarini. Bande Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodato Gododaya Puspavanto Chitu Chandu Tamand. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadis Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So welcome to this segment of the morning program. Our parties start at 4:30. I mean, here in your temple, your party starts at 6 a.m. That's the time that people are busy. Some people are still sleeping. Those who went to bed at 2 o'clock. Some people go to bed at 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock. And then they wake up 11 o'clock. So, this section of the program, the morning program, is a class which we come together to discuss. We also discuss. We come together, we party, we discuss, we chit-chat, but on what? On Krishna. Krishna and his devotees. So we read something from the Bhagavatam. And why we have to do this? Because the whole idea of spiritual education or spiritual knowledge acquisition or culture of spirituality is based on Guru, Sadhu and Sastra. This is Sastra. Scriptural evidence. And so we use the scriptures as a point of reference. Just like you go to the court, a lawyer goes to the court, he wants or she wants to free their client from the raj of the law. So they make some references. They argue their cases and make references to past judgments delivered by the court. References are always imperative factor in spiritual development. And therefore we use this Bhagavatam is our reference, secondary reference work. The Bhagavad Gita is the primary reference work. We have the Bhagavatam and then we have Chaitanya Charitamrita. So, and many other books. So in Krishna consciousness, we don't lack references. These days, people do not really care about references. And especially in the digital age, people can just go to the internet and take up some story, which is not a problem. But if the source of the story is not Vaishnava Vedantic, in other words, it is not based on the understanding that God or Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and everyone else is a servant, then there could be some complications. So here, again, this is a continuation, it's like a continuation of yesterday's discussion on envy. Prabhupada is mentioning about envy in its purport. And then in the text itself eulogizes the earth. The earth is replete with so many wonderful natural resources. Like we have herbs that they have herbologists, they use it to cure all different types of diseases. It's available on the earth planet, growing on the earth planet. And the herbologists, they could just go and tap those resources to create some transformation in people's lives. I know my maternal great-grandfather, he was a great herbologist. And people come from all nooks and crannies to get treated. He was also a massage therapist. He would just use his hand, massage you, and tell you all your problems. All your problems. Not just to be fit. He would tell you all your problems and go into the forest and gather herbs and come to treat you. In academia, there is also a science like that. There are people who specialize in those type of systems. So the point is what is made here about the richness of the earth planet. It's full of herbs, drugs, and trees. We need trees for shade. And not only that, trees are used for so many things, for construction, building. Look, all of these, your pillars here, they are from trees. So, the earth does not lack anything. It's full of natural resources. But Lord Krishna also mentions in the Bhagavad Gita that we human beings, we are very much prone to exploiting the resources of material nature, exploiting the resources of the earth. So exploitation is just part of our identity. We like to exploit. And talking about envy, because Prabhupada again emphasizes on this concept. Now, envy in psychology, there are two types of envy. There is the benign envy, and there is destructive envy. Benign envy means that you see someone really excelling, and you want to be like him. You want to be like them. And destructive envy means that you see someone excelling, and you want to eliminate him. You want to kill him. Why is he better than me? I should be the one better than him. Let me finish him off. So, sometimes people are destructively envious of Krishna. I remember, what's the name of this guy during Krishna's pastime that he was always very insulting of Krishna. Yes, this is that's a typical example of destructive envy. So when we don't find the good in somebody, what are we thinking? Why him or why her? It should be me. That is destructive envy. Benign envy is a motivating factor. You see someone growing, developing, maybe in their spiritual life, and you want to go close to see what is their secret, so that you can also follow that. So, we have envy, but the envy should be benign envy. The demons, they have destructive envy towards Krishna. They want to destroy Krishna. And then they ended up being destroyed by Krishna. This is the problem. I mean, it's like people who are engaged in wrestling or fighting, and then you see somebody, you go to challenge that person, he's the champion, you want to challenge him, you want to beat him up, beat him down and take the championship, and then you end up being beaten. Not only ended up being beaten, you got all type of bruises, you got hospitalized. Yeah. So, we have to understand that Krishna, everything in this world is working by Krishna's will. So Prabhupada makes a reference to the Bhagavad Gita 9:10. Maya dakshena prakriti suyate chacharachara. And the more everything, there's not even a blade of grass that moves without the sanction of Krishna. Then we can extend this text to say, Well, we go to perform some type of heinous crime, and then we rationalize. Well, there is no, that even a blade of grass does not move without the sanction of Krishna. This was sanctioned by Krishna. My crime was sanctioned by Krishna. Yeah, it was sanctioned by Krishna, but you cannot hold Krishna to ransom. This was your desire. And so you got into problem. Or this was your grave naivety. Sometimes people are just naive, they don't know the implications of what they are getting into, and then they get into trouble. So we don't point accusing fingers to Krishna. We say, oh, Krishna, you are the cause of this, because if he didn't permit it, it wouldn't have happened. No, it doesn't work in that way. So proper understanding of how we could curb the excesses that may lead us into some challenges, may lead us into some difficulties. There is a need to be able to check those excesses. And devotional service makes the provisions for that. And therefore, if we do everything as a honor in the service of the Lord, we get purified. And that is also in recognition of the fact that Krishna is the cause of all causes. Whatever resources we have at our disposal, we should understand that this is the arrangement of Lord Krishna. Because if he does not permit that, in fact, Lord Krishna said that he carries what we lack, what the devotee lacks. So, and in doing that, protecting his devotees and all this stuff, to the degree that we are devotees, to that degree Krishna makes himself available to protect us, to give us, to provide what we need. Afterwards, he's been doing this for even the non-devotees. Krishna can give you the whole of Guyana, but what will you do with it? Krishna can give you, what is it called here? Your White House in America. What is it called here? Parliament. Yeah, Krishna can give you the whole Parliament building in Georgetown. But what will you do with it? You have this big building here, you don't have people inside. Krishna can give you anything. Krishna can give you the whole world. But are you ready to be able to sustain it? Yes, so the understanding that the material nature is working under Krishna's direction is a foundational education of spiritual educational culture. But the extension of that is that Krishna can give us anything. But are we ready? Do we have the skill sets to maintain it, just to maintain it, manage it, and lead the change? Sometimes people are praying for this and that, but the question is, do you have the skill sets to manage that change? This is the problem. Yeah, Krishna, everything is under Krishna's direction. Yeah. And so Krishna gives us according to what we can deal with, what we can manage. And it is so important that we don't play with fire, because fire will burn you. So, offering of obeisances to the Lord is so imperative. See here, the very last sentence is, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Why we have to do this? We come into the temple, we pay obeisances. This is prescribed in the scriptures. We pay obeisances. It's just a common thing. In traditional African culture, in most places, people pay obeisances to their elders. If you go to the law courts, even the lawyers who have higher education than the judge. Some lawyers, they even have a PhD. The judges, in most cases, they don't have. But the lawyer, who even has a doctorate degree in law, when he enters the court, he bows down or she bows down to the judge. And they address as your lordship, like a god. So obeisance is something, it's not something exclusive to the Vedic culture. Respect, honor and respect. And everything is reciprocal. The way we honor people, that's how much we are honored by the Lord Himself. Because nothing goes for nothing. Whatever we do, we are planting seeds, and they will grow, sprout, grow, develop into trees, develop fruits, and we can invest. And so, obeisances to the Lord is imperative. We come into the temple room, we should have to pay obeisances. We live in the temple room, we have to pay obeisances. This is the culture in the courts, in the law courts. The judge is not the supreme Lord, but this is what happens in the law court. So, here is also mentioned, you protected me along with the earth. The Lord is the protector of the devotees. We find a case of Draupadi, Krishna protected her. There was an attempt to derobe her in the assembly, Krishna protected her. Gajendra, Krishna protected him. Arjuna, Krishna protected him. And Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarvadhamma paritaja mamekam sayanambraja aham tvam sarvapapebhyo mokshayishami masucha. Tendency is that we're worried, we're scared, we fear whether we will be protected. But Krishna says, don't fear. He said we should just surrender unto Him and He'll protect us. So though we have seen in the scriptures, those who surrender to Krishna, Krishna protects them. Gajendra is a typical case. Draupadi, a typical case. So many instances. So the Lord is not bluffing. He says one thing, He follows it up. It's also mentioned here about at the end of the millennium, it's mentioned here about the water of the devastation, when there is universal devastation. So there is creation, maintenance, and annihilation. These are principal factors that make the material world, sets the material world in motion. Everything that is created will be destroyed. So the material world is also created. Even our bodies are created. And so sometimes people want to live eternally, but it doesn't work in that way. In this material world, we cannot live eternally. We will be born, we grow, become adults, we get old, we wane, and quit the body. And the universe is also undergoing that type of transformation. And so we don't want disease, old age, and death. This is not the right place. We mean that we have to perform devotional service so that we can go back to the spiritual world, Goloka Vrindavan, where we don't have to experience this type of scenario. Yes, any comments or questions? Is there any comments or questions? In the absence of any, okay. Yes, Bolo.
This allows us it is the factor that keeps them away from surrendering to God. But even from our perspective as devotees, it seems to be something that disallows us to make tangible spiritual advancement.
Yeah.
And obviously, sometimes we may think that we don't have envy, but in a subtle way, you know, you described the benign and the destructive forms of envy. But I think mostly, in subtle ways, we are carried away by thinking ourselves better than others, or perhaps even try to pull down someone that seems to be more advanced than us. Just for the fact that, you know, we may have certain positions or certain status. So how do we deal with such kind of envious,
Yeah.
subtle envious quality?
Yeah. We have this negative emotion called envy. Sometimes the destructive one. And so, here is it. Because we want to play the role of Krishna. We want to be God. We may not necessarily say that. I want to be Krishna, worship me, okay. But in so many ways, we try to usurp the position of Krishna. We try to become the enjoyers, the Ishwaras, the controllers. So, and it's so difficult. It's so difficult to be free, to relinquish envy, because it's something ingrained. It's in our genes. I'll give an example. Here is a husband and wife, one family, one bank account. The wife earns far more than the husband, and that becomes a problem. I'll give you another gross example. Here are two brothers. One of them is into transportation. He has a transportation company. And the other brother hired assassins to go and kill him. I've seen it. The same brother, the same family, the same name, the same surname. So, it's something in our genes. Because now he's looking at me. And therefore, we should really be sincere to Krishna. We should be prayerful. Because devotional service is supposed to remove these negative emotions, supposed to purify us of these negative emotions. Yes, it's true. Even for people who have been around for a long time, they tend to minimize other devotees. Sometimes in the public. So, envy is a big problem. Sometimes people may speak about envy without even looking into themselves. But we are not free from envy. That's why we are in this material world. That's why we are in this material world. So, we should, the way to be able to deal with that in a gradual process is first to identify that we have elements of envy in our lives because we try to minimize other devotees. We tend to think we are better than everybody else. And this is so common in our movement. Listen, this is so common in our movement. We act and think we are better than every other religious organization. Is it not? Yes. And even amongst us in the movement, some devotees are thinking, I'm better than him because I have these degrees, because I'm very austere, because I am the temple president, or because I am the GBC. But look at the situation. I gave an example yesterday about Mira. Rupa Goswami is devoid of envy. And therefore, when Mira challenged him, this is a woman. I was asking yesterday, suppose a woman comes to challenge your GBC, will you still be allowing him to come to your temple? No, of course, in ISKCON. No. But Mira challenged Rupa Goswami. And Rupa Goswami accepted. Yes, you are correct. Yes, you are correct. Come and have your darshan. I called that to a devotee yesterday. So, here is the issue. This is the kicker. That we need to understand that we are not as perfect as we think. We are not as advanced as we think. Here. And this story about Mira, Prabhupada told this story. I had in one of Prabhupada's app, short stories. He told this story. I was laughing. And I told this story in Delhi one time. The devotees, they couldn't believe it. I said, it's not me making it. I said, Prabhupada told this story. So, that was an eye opener. See, this is an acharya who is setting the ball rolling, setting an example. We are not free from faults. We are not free from envy. Simple truth. Otherwise, we won't try to minimize some other devotees. All right. I think we can end here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay. So thank you very much, everyone. And tomorrow, it appears that I'll be leaving tomorrow.